Hello and welcome to Fearless Motivation by Mental Stamina video number 85. So I figured I'd get out here on a Monday motivational day and just get this video done because yesterday there was a bit of a storm outside, so I couldn't shoot it, and also I had to work and I had to write my notes on mental stamina, guys. But here I am. It's a bit chilly out, but you gotta venture out into the cold to get some new skills and get out there. You gotta risk it for the biscuit, as they would say. So here's some shots of Lansbury Park. Looks like there's a bit of wind damage outside. I see like a thing, so I guess we had a bit of storm. But hey guys, the storm always passes and the sun comes out every day. Like as strong as darkness, what it thinks it is, the sun's gonna rise every day. You're just gonna become that much stronger. You gotta have the perspective like it's a new day today, just like the wrestlers on WWE. It's a new day. Yes, it is. Anyways, guys, like I do a lot of singing, I do a lot of happiness because it's like preposterous not to be happy every day. Like we live in a first world country. Like we get water that comes out of our taps. We live in sheltered communities. We have people to talk to. Like I have faced depression and like suicide. I know it's very real, but like here's the thing, like life is gonna challenge you every day, and I'm just like thinking about that, and it's just like I look at my body after doing it's day 255 of my 1 year push-ups, 28,333 push-ups. Like who really can say they've done that many push-ups? And I'm not even finished the challenge yet, guys. But anyways, guys, as I quickly flip to my notes here, so for video 85, let me see here, what did I write down? Here we go. So basically, like, it is the middle of November, guys. Like, so, like, how many people can and then here's the thing, guys, like, for the middle of November, it's actually pretty nice weather out. It's not below zero. It's about 10 Celsius out. So for those in the US, Fahrenheit, I guess that's about maybe 40 or 50 degrees out Fahrenheit. So it's a bit chilly out, but it's still above freezing. Like my hands aren't freezing off holding the phone while I shoot this. But anyways, like I practice gratitude. So in the middle of November, or Movember as it's known, it's a day when people grow like lots of facial hair and stuff to celebrate various charities. So I remember back in the day when I was like 18, 19 years old, and I was just thinking like, it'd be cool to get facial hair. And I'd be like, but here's the thing, guys, you gotta take care of that like every day or every other day. Like 5 o'clock shadow sets in, and it's like anything though in life. You gotta take care of it to have a proper understanding of it, and also to maintain it. So you so, and it's also like your health. Like if you're not actively working on your health every day, like I always wonder when I just see people that are like 300-400 pounds, I'm like, do you not look in the mirror? And I'm just like, how do you do that? Like it's just gotta be like a lot of ignorance and a lot of anger, and I'm just like, I don't know why people just don't reach out and like ask people for support and just like always go forward with your life. But that's a topic for another day, guys, because I am always overcome with a lot of thought. But so what I want to say, in the spirit of like facial hair, I don't know if you guys can clearly see it, but I got a fresh new do. So I got it done, and I basically got the skin fade on the sides and nice little like pompadour on the top, and then I got like the beardage done. So I guess they're not afraid to touch faces anymore because of this coronavirus pandemic. I guess they want to say it's ramping up again, but we won't get into the coronavirus because that's like a whole like nesting of negativity, and not everybody wants to hear the truth about that. So basically, I remember back in the day when my grandpa would say, "So you got your ears, Lord boy?" So I remember he was my maternal grandfather, and basically he would say, "Put some butter on those potatoes." Like he lived to about 85 years old, farmer, and he was about, he had to be about 250, 300 pounds, but he loved his food and he loved his family. So it's like, it's touch wood. Like back in the day, I guess that worked, but like nowadays, like if you're that heavy, like you just gotta think of the struggle that you would have to get up every day. But he did it. But like not everybody works on the farm anymore and gets up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock every morning and does that type of lifestyle, because we're moving into a new age, guys. It's like a skills economy where like a lot of things are like machinized and everything, like machines do a lot of it for us. So you really don't have to get up and toil the soil and get on the tractor and do all that type of farming. So you just gotta realize, like, people, I'm always interested by people and what motivates them. But anyways, guys, so like I was saying, so yeah, so also when I talk to my parents, they always ask me, are you gonna get a buzz cut? And like that always reminds me of, I think that, and I just say, yeah, absolutely. I think that just reminds them of when I was a young kid and they could always control me. For some reason, my parents always want to like have control, and it just reminds me of the young kid. I always remember they would say when I would act up, they'd say, don't be saucy, and I'd say, saucy like a hamburger. But anyways, like when I talk about change to my parents, they're getting into their upper 60s, close to 70s. And like as people get older, they really don't change. But I'm not the exact opposite, guys. Like I'm just like always opening myself up to different possibilities and different adventures. And I'm always like adopting to a different philosophy. Like even today, like I gotta get a new phone because like I'm deleting like videos constantly off this old phone, and I'm like, I guess the people I dropped my phone off to, I have no intention of fixing it. I dropped it off like 5 weeks ago. I'm just like, this sounds a bit ridiculous, but I'm like, hey, I'll give them a chance. I'll be like, okay, chance over. But anyways, guys, like sometimes I eliminate opportunities and also like everything like that. And also good news today, I won on my football picks for the first week. Right, and $50, but it could have been more if the stupid Arizona had to kick the extra point. I went 100, but I practice gratitude, guys, like every day. So when you talk about change to people, like they're very like reticent on that, like they don't want to do it. I'm just like, why wouldn't you want to change to just become stronger and more ambitious and stronger every day? And I'm like, I love feeling the cool breeze right on the back of my neck. Anyways, guys, like I digress. I'm gonna pull up my hood a little bit just so my ears don't get too chilly. So basically, like I start every morning with a strong morning ritual. Like I get my morning push-ups in, I have my coffee. I'm like, well, I don't have to eat right away. I'm just like, I practice a lot of intermittent fasting, or like somewhat, like it's pretty loose, but it's generally like about 5-10 hours in between meals. Because like you don't have to eat that all that often, guys. You just have to drink lots of water and like healthy liquid to get into you. Don't drink anything with a lot of sugar because, well, we know what sugar like resembles in the white form. But anyways, guys, let's get into the negativity. Like negativity's all around us, guys. Like I digress, but I'm always like focused on the point I want to get across. So basically what I wanted to talk about in this video was the drug ayahuasca. So basically what it is, it's a healing tea that you can take down in the Amazon. I just got a bit of an itchy back for some reason. And basically it's a hallucinogenic drug that just allows you to become stronger. And so basically what it is ayahuasca is an entheogenic brew community which is made out of the Basoporapos cap, made out of the psychotrochia vine. I'm like butchering that absolutely, but basically it's like a group of shamans down in the Amazon. They brew this up like this hallucinogenic tea, and you have a good trip both literally and figuratively when you get down there. So like they always want to say there are health risks, but like with risks come reward, guys, because like I couldn't imagine like just living a safe life, just sitting in my apartment or just waiting for like the big break. I'm just like life won't meet anybody halfway, guys. Like you always have to venture out there and just like get shit done. So basically, what I wanted to say, when I use this drug, I like to do thorough research. It is to see if there are any health benefits. I believe that the shamans who practice this healing tea have been living this way of life for centuries and what it helps is abolishing fear, expanding their mental capacity, and destroying any thoughts of death, because like this is the way they live, and it's just like this has worked for them for centuries. So who's to say they are wrong? Like I don't think it's necessarily for me, but to like experience this for like a good week, like I've just become like that much stronger and that much proficient in my God-given purpose. So living this way of life for their mental capacity, this would be an amazing trip, both literally and figurative. When you experience life in an altered form of conscious or thinking, you are more awake to current events. This can be best observed in the television show Sesame Street, guys. Like, just think about that. I actually read yesterday, and on like a Did You Know Facts, Sesame Street has won 189 Emmy Awards. That is just like astounding to me. I guess they did like some drugs back in the day, like hallucinogenics, because nobody with a sane mind comes out with Big Bird's imaginary friend, a brown elephant called Snuffleupagus. Like, I just remember that, hey, Snuffy! It's just like, nobody comes up with that with a sane mind. Like, you couldn't come up with that, and, oh yeah, I'm just gonna come up with an imaginary brown elephant. But anyways, guys, that's like the type of stuff like drugs exist. But like many so like, and it worked for like children for the longest time. I always remember singing the song, I can't wait to get to Sesame Street, and the Count and the Swedish Chef. But I'm like, I can't sing, guys, but I sing loud and I sing proud, because I really don't give a fuck what other people think about my singing capacities, guys. That is the secret to life. Anyways, guys, as I further digress, so both educated people know that hallucinogenics were involved to have a ridiculous success. You have to think outside the box and always adapt it to modern culture. This is to like adopt a business. So even today in Canada, marijuana has been legalized for various health benefits, the altered patterns of thinking, and the ability to eradicate pain. Getting back to South America, imagine swimming in the mountain, in a mountain at spring, looking at gorgeous waterfalls with a close community of friends. So like when you do drugs, guys, it's gonna allow you to just like feel like a life on a different level, like feel the insects, feel the air, feel like everything on your skin just at a more like succinct level. Like dogs can smell 1,000,000 times better than humans. So when you do drugs, like you're just gonna experience stuff like almost on their level. You'll be like taste air and like feel like everything, like and that's just something I'm more like succinct and want to experience with in life, and just know what's out there and what is possible with my life. So just imagine swimming in that clear spring and just looking at the nature's beauty. You just get a more awesome understanding of it. So like when you're first born, guys, like you want to get out there and explore everything, but life has a way of beating you down. Like everybody's saying, no, don't do that, you just stay away from that, you might get hurt. And like even when I talk to my mother, it's like, oh, why don't you go do this, why don't you go do that? And it's just like, it's just so much negativity, and I'm just like, I know she loves me, but she's always just so worried about me. And it's just like, you really got to focus on more of the positivity, because I know negativity's out there, don't trust me. But like, hey, I'm always going positive. Like even when I shot my last video, guys, like there was a guy with Tourette's that walked by and he was just like having an episode. I'm just like, okay, that's weird. But anyways, it really doesn't concern me, because I remember a fraternity brother back in my day, he would say, NMP, not my problem. So that's what you always have to focus with, guys. It's really not your problem. Like if you can master yourself and then reach out to others, you're doing an amazing job. And you always got to focus on that every day. So as I like what I wanted to say, in South America, actually in Venezuela to be specific, there's the largest falls in the world there, and they are called Angel Falls, and they tower almost 3,300 feet down into the river basin. Imagine when you believe, guys, you can really soar with the angels. It's quite interesting that they're called that, because like angels can soar the highest, like even above like space, because like what's above space? Heaven? Nobody really knows like that. And like what I find really interesting is that people who don't believe, they always look for a natural like explanation to explain something that's totally supernatural. How can you explain the supernatural with a natural explanation? You can't do it, guys. And that's what faith's all about. Just trusting and believing in something to come, because why not hand it over into God's hands? He created everything. So just like leave it in God's hands, and you'll find yourself that much more fulfilled, guys. So to study the theory of when angels exist, and furthermore, I'm going to look into the theory of skydiving. I'm totally on board with this, guys, and I'm told you can do it in Michigan, maybe for cheap, when the borders opened up and this pandemic ends, or I can do it in Canada, but like that'll come like further down the road. But I'm totally committed to that once I work at the logistics and everything further with that. So that will be in video 86, guys. So until then, have a great motivational Monday, all you beasts out there. Until then, Kaizen, baby.